Hey everybody, Scott here for the Digital Guitar Playground. It is Wednesday. Holy shit, where have I been? I've been here the whole time. But not a whole lot of digital guitar going on. I have been trying out a series of loopers to see which one works best with the G system for a potential solo looping gig with my Yamaha silent guitar and my little Black Star Studio 10s and my G system. Fun little, setup. And the silent guitar sounds incredible through those amps. Love it. That part, sorted. Getting a looper that works in stereo, bit of a challenge. I've tried a couple that had 2 ins and 2 outs. Turns out they were not in stereo. One was the Pigtronics Infinity 2. The other was, God, I don't know, an Electro Harmonix that I didn't like. And so I'm going to have to check out the new Boss RC 600, I think it is, their brand new flagship looper, which is kind of big, but offers a lot of options. You can loop your voice, you can loop your guitar, lots of options, lots of control, easy control, like their old RC 505 or whatever their big looper was. I used that for a while, loved it. It's incredible. But so that's, the journey I've been on over the last month until this week. What the hell is this? I'll tell you in a second. Shall we? This is the neck of an Eart. E-A-R-T. Can't see the T very well. And I can't read what it means. There's it's, each letter stands for something. I couldn't tell you what it is. So I was down in Harrisonville a few weeks back and I tried out one of these guitars. Dave at Yesterday's Guitars had one, and holy shit did I love it. It was incredible. The way the neck felt, the way that they have the rounded off frets, stainless steel, my preference, and the woods felt great. The weight is incredible. I realize it is a Strandberg copy in almost every way. And here's the thing though. This is $369. Comes from China. And the Strandberg of similar quality to the one I played Dave's guitar was, it felt so much like a Strandberg, it was just stupid. His felt like a $1,500 guitar and sounded. The pickups, oh man, everything about that guitar was incredible. Mine, not so much. When mine showed up, it was the wrong color. I ordered what I thought was an all black one, meaning it was a swamp ash that had been dyed, painted black, whatever. This one is I don't know how to pronounce it, Paduak or Paduk, P-A-D-A-U-K or P-A-D-U-A-K, depending on how you spell it. There are different ways of spelling it. It's an African wood from Gabon, and it has a really interesting tone to it. That to me sounds like a solid tone wood after building a bunch of guitars over the years. But I didn't like this. I don't like this burled top. It has fun texture to it, but it's not what I wanted. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to steam this sucker off of here and see if I can get the top like the back, because I think this is super cool and I love the feel. So that's job one. Mine also did not have a good setup. The action was awful. I've got one fret that's proud down here, the 16th fret. You can feel it. Normally with these necks, you can't feel anything because, and you need to look at these up close, the frets don't go to the edge and they are round at the edge, which is really something. But this one was not pushed far enough that way. So this one I can file down. Not a big deal. But the neck feels incredible. 5-piece maple that's roasted maple neck on a $369 guitar. It's got a 0 fret that's also stainless steel. The nut, not sure about the nut. I might replace it with a tusk. We'll see. But the mechanism on the top is really interesting. There's an extra hole here for what I assume was going to be for truss rod adjustment, but then they came to their senses and decided to put a wheel in, which also on a $369 guitar, incredible. Works great, super easily accessible. Love it. Rosewood fingerboard. All the woods, to me, great for the price. I just want to do some things with the finish. Now, some of the hardware stuff. The bridge I also want to replace because while it's a really interestingly engineered bridge that's all brass, and it's got some issues. Mainly, for tuning, you need to use this little tool that is magnetically attached right here. Put it in and wind it. Which wouldn't be a big deal, but it's got a knurl on this little piece right here that doesn't swivel, and getting done with a set of strings, you are sore in these two little spots on your fingers. You have rubbed them raw by the time you get this thing strung. It's an interesting design. I don't mind it except for this thing. If you had Herculean strength, you could tune it with your fingers, but they are so close together that it makes it really difficult. So that's kind of for me, not loving that. So I'm probably going to put a Godot bridge stop tailpiece on there, or some other bridge. It doesn't need to be, anything super exotic or interesting. But I think I might change the hardware scheme up to stainless steel and get away from the black. But that's the main quirk that I didn't love. It comes with a pair of PAF style pickups. They both, on a little sticker on the back, say 57 plus classic, patent applied for. They are not real PAFs. But honestly, they sounded really good when I tried them on Dave's guitar. And but I have my preferences. My preferences are DiMarzio, Super Distortion, and PAF Master. So I'm going to replace the pickups. This is just a fun gut job. Very similar to my James Tyler Variax. It has, as you would expect, super lightweight, very inexpensive pots, and 3-way switch. I'm going to replace it with a 5-way switch because I'm going to use the Pete Skirmetta wiring scheme from my James Tyler Variax and get some single coil sounds out of this thing that are also humbuckering. I don't know how he does it. I need to study the schematic or study the wiring and then recreate it. Or maybe give Pete a call. I don't know. But yeah, so, the cheap parts need to go. Not a big deal. Very robust strap buttons that I need to get rid of because I'm a big fan of Dunlop strap locks. So, yeah. And these machined aluminum knobs with a fun little arrow on them. But I'm going to go with something else. So it's just a complete gut job. But when you have wood that sounds and feels as good as this wood does for $369, why not? So this is just step 1, tearing this bitch apart. Come on back for step 2, which will be removal of this veneer. I think I'm going to go get an old secondhand iron for this part because I don't trust my heat gun to not scorch the wood underneath. And my heat gun is very, very powerful. So I'm going to be going to the thrift store today. Good times. So that is what's up. Come on back for the next step in this fun journey of taking a very inexpensive but solid guitar and making it great. Taking a good guitar and making it excellent, hopefully. You kind of never know until it's all together and you play it. But, I've got a good feeling because you can kind of tell when the wood fits together so nicely. They really did figure out their CNC over there. And they have that part of it down. Fret installation, not 100%, but, these have been known to be hit and miss for the past couple of years. and I think they're nailing down their processes. But I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of customer service on their eBay side. So there's that. So buyer beware. But also for the money, ooh, it's worth taking a risk. So come on back. I will see you soon. And until then, rock on.